Alright, we have made our wooden frames for our sound panels now, and we are going to start unwrapping it. So the material we're using is Guilford of Maine FR701 series, and this is a flannel cover, our color. So it's kind of a gray color. It's fire retardant, so make your fire marshals happy. And it comes on rolls of approximately about 68 to 70 inches wide. So what I found is most efficient is cut it down the middle. So we're cutting it right down the middle this way lengthwise, and so you'll end up with around 34, 35 inches wide here. The overall length then is cutting it to 58 inches, and so it's kind of nice to maybe use it's hard to do it with scissors, so we have a sewing room at our church with some quilters, and they have a big cutting table with a cutting wheel, and that works quite well to cut it that way. The insulation is Roxol Comfort Board 80. It's 2 inches thick, and it is also fire retardant. It comes in a 2 foot by 4 foot, but our panels are 2 foot by 4 foot. If we were to actually make the frames wider, I don't think we'd have enough material to cover it properly. So I ended up cutting down the insulation to 22 and a half and 46 and a half, so inch and a half on either side. Cut it on the table saw. There's no problem to cut it through there, as opposed to cutting it by hand. It's a lot of work. So here's my frame. I'm going to set that onto my insulation. The staples we're going to be using are just a T50 style staple, 3/8 by 3/8 as the size. I have tried using an electric stapler for a while. I found it worked all right, but it was you have to use a hammer to tap some of them in once in a while, just a little bit weak. So you might want to check it out. I wouldn't suggest doing it by hand. That's a lot of work. So I'm using the Milwaukee battery operated stapler, and this works quite well. So, all right. So we kind of work our way around this to be able to pull the fabric tight. So like I had mentioned before, I had sanded off the edges so it pulls easier. So I'm going to start it in the middle on one of the sides. Not going to pull really hard, but I'm going to start stapling there, and then kind of pull a little bit to the side as I put some staples in there. Go up a little ways. And then we go over to the other side. Now this side we can pull a lot harder. Pull it nice and tight. And now we can pull a little harder and pull towards the outside. So we're going to go up about the same distance as that side, the other side. Yeah, and then we're going to go to one of the ends and just pull it a little bit. We're going to get started in the middle again. The other side. On this side we will pull again fairly hard, so I'm going to pull it nice and tight. Start in the middle. So again, just pull hard and towards the outside a bit. Sides, pull fairly tight again. Okay, so then we are going to go down the one end all the way to the end. So we're going to pull it tight. A few staples there. And we're going to fold it. Make sure that the corner ends up way down in the corner. Pull it over. Fold it over like so. And it doesn't matter if it's right to the corner. It's not going to be visible as much since it's on the bottom or the top. Throw a few staples in here, and then pull up the side. Same thing on this side. Okay, I'll do the same thing on this end. Other staples. Alright, and then where the cleat is, any sort of material that's hanging over, we're just going to slice it down the cleat to the corner. So the cleat will fit on well. Put an extra staple there. And then any of the little threads or stuff that are hanging down, just snip off with a pair of scissors. And then so that out of the way. There we go. This is a completed panel, and this is so again, like I mentioned, the French cleat bolts the wall, and it will just hang off it just like so. And since this is 22 inches, not 22 and a half, there's just a little bit of room, so you can slide it around a little bit easier to get on. Again, the bevel makes it so it doesn't catch on the material. There you go. There is a completed panel.